All right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. This is part two of the shadow message. If you didn't see part one, you'll definitely need to do that first to understand where we're at. There's a free link in the description box where you can watch part two and then bounce back over here. I left us on a cliffhanger. Are they going to moon the devil and escape through the window like Icarus? Who's helping them in this escape attempt? Is it the divine, since we do have them making angel wings? Let's take a look. I needed to know what's happening. Remember, I began, in part one saying, all right, this is going to be what is the thing that needs to be drawn into the light? And it was that a character has been afraid to have the real power to set themselves free from all the guilt that has held them hostage and made them dance to someone else's tune. Let's go ahead and go over here and ask about that Three of Pentacles. We got the Hierophant. We got the Six of Swords. I said, who is trying to help them? Who are they collaborating with? Definitely their divine higher self. And this is their escape moment. Oh, thank goodness. I've been pulling for this character. I have so wanted them to get out of here. I am so happy for them. Everything about their higher self says it's time to go. Tell me about that Two of Cups. Again, if you saw part one, you'll know it's very interesting Two of Cups card. The Justice card is here. It has been unfair that these two were tricked, even lied to. And this could say that both of them have been tricked or lied to into saying, I guess it's not real. There is karmic justice. Now, this could also be that it was unjust that they weren't there for their Two of Cups because they kept being told it didn't mean anything. That Two of Cups person doesn't want you. The one thing that was really important and something that we saw in part one is that they had been told again and again and again by this tyrannical emperor that your Two of Cups person, they don't care about you. You weren't anything to them. You were just, a notch on the bedpost. They don't even think about you. There's nothing. Don't think about them. Don't go back to them. There's no reason for you to go back to them. They don't want anything to do with you. This was a big fat lie. This was a very important connection. Both of them, though, somehow got lied to with that Two of Cups being there. And the universe saw all of this. Both characters were impacted unfairly, negatively, but that Two of Cups was upright for a reason. But they were told again and again and had it like pounded into their head, it's not love. They don't care about you. Tell me about the Justice card. Libra energy on that. And by the way, we had Taurus before that with the Hierophant. King of Swords in the reverse. If this is who our divine masculine is, if this is who they have been, it was really unfair because they may have blocked their Two of Cups. They may have treated their Two of Cups the way that terrible, tyrannical person told them to. No, they don't care about you. Your Two of Cups doesn't love you. Ignore them. Stay away from them. And they might have actually listened. They may have shut down all of their emotions, despite the fact that their crown chakra was screaming the exact opposite, right? Look at that beam of light coming out of the crown of their head saying, this is so wrong. This is so wrong. What the hell am I doing? Why am I staying away from a person that I love? This does say they did their Two of Cups person wrong. They know that as they are listening more and more to their higher self right now to say, I need to get away from the influence of this toxic emperor. And I kind of felt like it was a really toxic father figure. As they are finally listening to that, they're also able, like the full magnitude of how they maybe did their Two of Cups person wrong by treating them poorly, by being, they told a whopper of a lie, which is, I'm not interested or I don't love you. And they might have done it just through silence. And it was really wrong that they did this. Tell me, when they're listening to their higher self, God, now they're in a race, a sudden like, oh my God, now that I'm tearing myself away from this Emperor's energy, and we saw them wanting to literally moon the devil and get the hell out of there, get away from that toxic emperor and all of the negative words that they were steeped in for so long. As they listen to their higher self and they escape and they go a different route and a different direction, it's really hitting home that listening to that terrible diatribe that tyrannical emperor had said to them, they acted upon that, and that made them hurt their person. That made them actually really be awful to their person. This is a pretty heinous action to become a King of Swords in the reverse, to become so unfair, so hurtful. Not a nice thing to say. They went silent. They might have ghosted, the whole 9 yards, and they squashed everything that they knew they should have done, and instead they did the 100% the exact opposite. Now there's a panic or a sudden huge need to hurry. What is their huge need to hurry about? To get to their Two of Cups, I knew that this was going to come in. This is like, I could picture this person rushing in to their Two of Cups and almost like, I don't know, busting out bawling. And, you know, it's like, please forgive me, please forgive me. This is a huge emotional outpouring with this King of Cups. They have a sudden urge to do a complete 180, to rush in to their person. The thing is, their person, even though it's the Two of Cups, you notice she's just looking like she's looking into the mirror at herself. But if you look closely, it's not really a mirror. It's like she's looking out into the night sky. And all she sees reflected back to her in the window is her own self. So I have to cover her up because she hasn't got clothes on. Their Two of Cups person, I'm going to say she because that's what we saw on this card. She was 100% raw and real with how she felt. I don't think she would take back a single word. When she reflects, she goes, well, I said everything I meant. And that's kind of why I think we see the reflection. They know she meant every word she said also. They didn't reciprocate. I almost feel like she might have said how she felt about them, and that's where they especially went into complete silence. Their heart felt the same way. Everything in their crown chakra said, you know, this is your person. You feel the exact same way. She's your Two of Cups. You know it. And instead they said, but Dad said she's not. The emperor, the tyrannical emperor, told me she's not. Told me I'm nothing to her. Told me. And I think they might have even been bitter because they kind of believed the words, the unpleasantness. See that? Look, a poisonous emperor has a lot of power. Let's not underestimate how powerful an emperor is. You take all that power and you turn them into, I mean, come on, look at the world's dictators. Dictators do horrible things, horrible things. And we have countless, examples of that in history. Those actions, they can do a lot of damage because they have a lot of power. And so the more ice cold they are, and the more like manipulative they are, the bigger the impact they'll have. This tyrannical person had a very big impact. Maybe their words had enough of an impact that this masculine actually got, they were either made to feel so small and so meaningless that they actually kind of believed, you're right, there's no way that this Two of Cups person cares about me. Of course she wouldn't. She's probably just playing games with me. I'm really nothing to her. So anything that she said, no matter if she poured her heart out to them, which she kind of says, that's exactly what I did. I said everything that I really meant. I was transparent. I was true. I told them I thought they were my Two of Cups, and I meant it. I told them I loved them, and I meant it. There's not a word I could erase or take back because I meant it. When I reflect back, I know I was real. They know she was real too, but I think in the moment, that negativity had such power over them. And I think now that we're seeing them escape that. We're seeing them in this almost like angry, belligerent way, finally saying, I'm going to moon the devil. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'm not doing this anymore. Why would I let somebody's toxic energy? It's like they've realized, no, she was for real. That my Two of Cups was for real. This was real. So why did I listen and get so hurt and so wounded and maybe bitter and ice cold toward her? All because the more she said she loved me, the more what I heard in my head was the voice of that toxic tyrannical emperor saying, it's all lies. Like that's kind of what I think was done here first. It had to be a pretty loud, awful voice in their head to squash their higher self. I'm just expressing it that way because this is such a 180 turnaround. They suddenly are flooded with the need to rush toward their Two of Cups, and they're coming in as a completely different person with that King of Cups upright. I'm completely different energy on this. Can I ask about this, the Mooning card, the Fool card, and all the writing that's on the wall? What is it? What's the final thing that pushes them to get the heck on out of here? The World. Look, every leader, dictator, emperor, president, whatever we want to say, if you look at history, we always have a change of the guard at some point. The dynasties fall and a new one takes its place. And sometimes over time, finally, after sometimes many, 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 many years of oppression, we finally have, nations of people that either overthrow their dictator or the dictator finally ages out of position of power, and slowly over time things become better. This says that dictator somehow does not have power over them. It's a new era, the World card. And this is their turn to be in control. I don't know so much if they're breaking away or if they have reached a point where they finally just see things differently, or if they've matured in themselves to a point where they can feel like, I don't have to let this be my story. I don't have to live in this kingdom anymore. I don't have to follow the words of someone that I literally loathe. I think that this person loathes this character. I mean, to want to moon somebody as you walk out the door. And really, that's like saying, stupid devil, you have no power over me. I'm mooning you because I disregard you. You can stand there, but even here, the devil isn't like whole, right? They're a little bit transparent. They're just an energy force in their past. And this person, as they moon them on their way out the door, that's it. They don't have to think about this person anymore. The dictator's era has come to a close, and they are free. How they build their own world is really important now. This is a chance to build it completely different. Knight of Wands sideways. With passion, but not just that. They have to have staying power. They're coming in as a king. They want something new, but they do need to. I actually feel like this person needs some kind of reassurance. Did you have real emotions for me? It's like they need her somehow to reassure them, because they actually have a lot of worries that they're not really wanted, that there's not really an invitation, that she didn't want them or doesn't. They worry about this. So that dictator's words still have some kind of power. What's the message to her? And we haven't talked about her at all, but this was the shadow message, and it's really focusing on just one character. The message for her is that if she wants this, and if this is the chance to heal things, for goodness sakes, go ahead and heal things. Have this Four of Wands, build a new empire together, go through that death card, that ending of the old thing that we had to suffer through, the time apart, the hurt energy, and then rebuild it completely differently. It's almost like she can defy the devil also in saying, no, I did love them. They hurt me. Oh God, yeah. But they're also, I even healed from that. She may have figured this out. You see the ray of light coming in. She was kind of trapped in her own prison, but she might have come to a bit of a conclusion somehow. There's this grace, this white light coming in where she's resting. I'm wondering if she kind of already understands. They were my Two of Cups. I said everything I felt about them. There's not a word I would take back. So if she kind of had to heal from the fact that, well, they can't accept the fact that I love them, they keep pushing it away. But I'm not going to take it away. I'm not going to say, well, then fine, I didn't love you either. She did love them. She loved them wholeheartedly. I think that's a great testament to how solid she is. If it was real, it still is real. She felt the way she felt. She knows that. She didn't say, well, if you won't give it back to me, then forget it. I don't feel that way about you anymore. No, she's even here. She's been sitting here going, I don't take it back. I said what I said. I meant what I meant. I felt how I felt. So I think it's actually going to be, on one hand, fairly, not going to say easy, okay? Healing things and building things and changing things and starting over is not easy per se. But keep in mind what it is that all of the lost time and the blockage between these two, that's the part that's actually, they can finally build again from the ground up with emotions that were always real, emotions that were always there. The desire to build has always been there. And all they're doing is grabbing hold of that opportunity one more time. And it's like, build it and build fast and make your empire 10 times more grand, because it's been a long time since you've been together. It's been a long time that they should have already been able to do this. And for the divine masculine with that 9 of cups sideways, they might still struggle with some kind of like belief. Is this really real? Can I really be happy? Can I be happy? Look, that's probably the time that they spent under the control of that terrible energy, that tyrannical individual, still maybe keeps a little bit of a dampness on even their greatest happiness and wishes come true. 4 of Pentacles, they still always feel a little bit like, I still can't 100% believe that my 2 of Cups loves me. They still hold back a little bit. 3 of Swords sideways, because in truth, they're still trying to get beyond a very deep heartbreak. They may also still wonder, can she fully forgive me? Because there's that heartbreak there, and that's her sideways. I almost feel as if they want to get to the point where the 2 of them can really give and receive equally, but they also know that could take a little bit of time. I feel like these 2 are going to be getting together, maybe even getting married. And within that time that they're married, that's when they'll actually be working on genuinely shedding the reverb of the damage that was done by that tyrannical emperor. This says that they can do it, but there is the acknowledgement that the fact that we already had all of this go wrong and we've already been in separation and all of that, there is still a wound that exists in both of them. There's a lot of damage done, all through the influence of somebody very negative, somebody that told a lot of lies. They're going to get through this. These 2 hearts, they're as loyal as these Labradors, and this is a Chariot. It's moving forward. And yes, there's a lot of rehab that needs to happen for these 2. You notice that she's still in a wheelchair, not fully walking just yet, but things get brighter every day. This can be saved and it can be rebuilt. All right, I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Take care. Bye.